Good luck, have fun, don't die. Directed by Gore Verbinski, who you might know from the first three Pirates of the Caribbean movies or the movie Rango, the beloved movie Rango. My favorite movie, Rango. Not actually my favorite movie, but Rango's chill. Just, if you remember Rango. So, anywho, this follows Sam Rockwell, who comes from the future, and he comes to this diner and he's like, hey guys, I need to get the right combo of people to stop the creation of an AI superintelligence that basically destroys the world. And so this is a sort of sci-fi comedy satire in a way. And it kind of plays on sort of Groundhog Day mechanics, i.e., the character has gone through Groundhog Day mechanics, but it isn't really a Groundhog Day type movie. It doesn't really do a time loop thing until like there's one instance where it does it, but besides that, it doesn't really do the time loop mechanic. With that said, very entertaining movie, very fun sci-fi. It very much pokes fun at AI slop and the sort of just dumbing down of humanity that has been happening with a lot of corporate issues and all of that. And particularly in the first two acts, unravels in a really interesting way that like adds more layers to this commentary and this weird sci-fi world where kids are being shot inside of school shootings, and then the parents get clones of the kids who yell advertisements at them, and more things like that, and how these kids are hypnotized by their phones, which are just producing AI slop TikTok reels. I kind of sound like an old man when I say that, but I am not that much older than the kids are in this movie. So, with that said, though, very fun commentary. I feel like my brain is slowly dying because of a lot of this stuff as well, and we need to be more thoughtful. And I appreciate this movie talking about that. Sam Rockwell was very fun. He was very good in his role. I would have liked to see more of him, actually. A lot of the movie is going back in time to all these different characters to set up their different backstories and this world. And so I would have liked to see more Sam Rockwell. The other cast members are fine. They aren't really doing anything all that mind-blowing, but they're enjoyable enough. It's mainly the writing that works really well and the satire that makes it engaging and fun, and I enjoyed that. I will say the third act started to lose me a bit. It started to just become kind of a mess. It just went a little too far, and I don't think it ended particularly well, and it felt like it was really overstaying its welcome. I feel like this would have been a fucking banger, certified hood classic 90-minute movie, but instead it's a good two hour movie. I just wish that it was shorter, or that they sort of figured out how to pace it better, because the third act is a little weak. And it doesn't help that this movie clearly was made on a low budget. It very much feels like that. It feels like a TV movie. No matter how hard Gore Verbinski tried to stylize it, it just feels like something that was made to be cheap and on streaming, which I'm very glad this was not on streaming, but it still is a little sad to see a filmmaker like that reduced to such a small scale when their story has such a massive scale. And there is some fun visual effects here that are good. There's wires towards the end that attack the characters. I believe those were done with stop motion. I think that was really cool. Some of the other VFX looked really cheap, so the mileage varies definitely. With that said, though, good luck, have fun, don't die. Going to the ratings board, I enjoyed it. I'm giving it an enjoyed it rating because there is a lot of fun satire here. It has an interesting enough story structure, even if there's some parts that don't reach its full potential, and the third act isn't great and it does drag on a little too long. There is enough here to enjoy for me to say that I enjoyed this movie quite a bit.